And then we continue our Europe journey north to Venice.
The town was completely isolated from the mainland, so you could reach it only by boat. And at the moment, the town is constituted by 118 islands, connected by 416 bridges. Within tomorrow night, you'll go over the 416 bridges. So when you leave, you'll be very tired.
Of course, the best way to see Venice is by walking, and, well, it's the only way to get around.
So the first church of St. Mark was built in 828. Then we had a second church, but it was destroyed by a terrible fire. The actual church was begun in 1063. It was finished in 1094. So this church is more than 900 years old. When it was finished, it was completely made with bricks. Then, with a work that lasted hundreds of years, they made all the decoration. And just from this point, because we are far from the church, you can see the beauty of this church. That's different from all the churches that you have visited in Italy, because it looks like a mosque. In fact, this church is a copy of a church, the Church of the 12 Apostles, that existed in Istanbul. So it's Byzantine. Can you see? Now we go just a little closer so you can see much better the decoration. In the meantime, we are enjoying the music of Florian. You know, we are Italians, so we are superstitious. What do we do? We are superstitious. We eat too much spaghetti, and we only speaking with the hands, of course. You can see I have the microphone here, but I'm only speaking with my left hand. Venice's two most important bridges are the Bridge of Sighs, that we are going to see immediately, and Rialto Bridge, that I think you are going to see tomorrow morning with Dennis. The Bridge of Sighs is the wide closed bridge that's just in front of us. Can you see the first one, the top one? On the left side you can see the final part of the Doge's Palace. A part of it was seat of the Court of Justice. On the right side, the new jail that was built at the beginning of the 17th century. So the Venetian built a bridge to connect the two buildings, and the bridge was later on called Bridge of Sighs, because only prisoners crossed the bridge. And when they were crossing the bridge, they could see through the square windows over there Venice for the last time. This is why they sighed. This is the Church of St. John and St. Paul. It's completely different from the Church of St. Mark. The church is Gothic. It was finished in 1432. This is a triptych that represents in the very center San Vincenzo Ferreri, a Dominican friar. On the sides, on the right side, you have Saint Sebastian. On the left side, Saint Christopher. On the right side, you can see the representation of the Holy Mary. Giovanni Bellini was particularly fond of the Holy Mary, so he represented her in all her sweetness. You can see that the face of the Holy Mary is very sweet. It's a must going by gondola in Venice, because gondolas go in the narrow canal, so you can see another aspect of the town. You can see that gondolas are completely made in wood, and they are handmade in Venice. We have only some artisans that can make gondolas.
And after the gondola ride, we took a break on the terrace of the Greedy Palace, overlooking the Grand Canal. It's a terrific place for a drink and sit back, have some fun, and watch the boats go by.
And the bargains are phenomenal. Only $10 for a cup of cappuccino.
What a deal. It's very expensive to spend the night at that hotel, but the drinks are reasonable.
Another fine restaurant we've been kicked out of.
Another food fine.
There are lots of these hidden little treasures in Venice. You just have to know where to look to find them. As we head back into this Rialto market area, it's very much the center of Venice. It's the oldest part of town, and it has this very colorful morning market. It's open every day except Sunday, right through the lunch hour. And it's a great place to come even if you're not hungry, just to have a look around and soak up the sights and the colors. Check out the people and their pets. Sharp little boy right there. And of course you'll be tempted to buy some of these fresh fruits. They are just tree ripened and delicious. Have a taste while you're at it. There's the traghetto. It's the gondola that will take you just across the canal. It's only about 50 cents for a traghetto ride. Only lasts a minute. Venice has an outstanding open market by the Rialto Bridge. You can get fresh produce, and also it's a good place to purchase some lace and other souvenirs. Is this from Burano? Burano, yeah. Yeah, this is a good place to get it. That's from Burano. That's all local Venetian lace, handmade by the little old ladies in Burano. They sit there on their doorstep and they make the lace. Handmade, yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah, not machine made.
They're kind of cute.
Oh man, unless you're going to find all sorts of wonderful little things to purchase here in Venice. Venice has a number of these lovely little cafes. You can get a nice sandwich or a little pizza at a very reasonable price. In Venice, you want to do a lot of walking to explore the city, but at the same time, you want to be able to sit down and relax every now and then, especially at a lovely cafe like this. We're going to be walking a little bit more. Venice is one of the great cities in the world for walking, and half the fun there is getting lost. You can't stray too far.
Thank you for fighting us. We beat you, by the way. We followed the map. We know how to follow a map.
You don't.
You see all these different streets that come together here? It's quite a busy little spot. The locals primarily are coming through here. You don't see a lot of tourists walking over in this neighborhood. And these are people on their way to work or working, hauling things around, all this muscle power that's delivering things in the city like this. All these strong young guys, and a variety of stores. There's an old bookstore, fast food. That used to be a Burger King. And there's actually a little department store down this lane. Calle Goldoni is a relatively major street that connects right towards the direction of San Marco. A lot of shops all the way along Calle Goldoni. Whereas this lane is a quieter lane with a few shops scattered along, and just tons of locals always streaming through in one direction or the other. Venice is just one of the most magical and romantic cities in the world. It's so unique, so unusual to have canals instead of streets, and little sidewalks just for people, and boats instead of buses. We stay at a hotel that's right in the heart of Venice, so when we're leaving town and going to the train station, we take the Vaporetto down the Grand Canal. We have our suitcases brought on a separate baggage barge here that will meet us at the train station. Help from the porters and some of our group members with the bags. And soon enough, we are on the train heading north to Switzerland.